and welcome back to Happening by Chance. My name is Mariana and today I am here with an impromptu, spontaneous, unasked for VR to Marine at Waves of Your Soul, who just uploaded a video where she showed all her print-on-demand decks, and I was super inspired to show my decks as well because, as she said in her video, print-on-demand websites are super great in terms of as a customers and also as creators, but they are really hard to navigate, and it's hard to find stuff unless you know the exact name or link of the creator or deck, or unless you are super patient and you scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll until you find gems, which is something that I do. I'm not going to lie. I have spent some nights in bed when I'm stressed out. I want to unplug from life, just scrolling through MPC, make playing cards, looking for stuff. And I have found some really great stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you everything I have. I have 6 MPC decks to show you and 3 Game Crafter decks to show you. In spirit of what Marine said in her video, where she asked for people to put in the comments their own MPC finds so that everyone can know them, and making like a list, like a community list where everyone can share their amazing finds. And I thought it would be a great idea to film a video response to her, and also encourage people to film their own video responses, because it would be pretty awesome if everyone could show their print-on-demand decks, whether it's decks they have bought or decks they have created and are selling through print-on-demand websites. I mean, that would be awesome. Let's all VR to Marine. And I didn't even ask her if this is okay, but I'm hoping. I mean, as she describes herself as a deck goblin, I'm sure she would love it if everyone could show their own gems. So I'm just like impromptu responding to her video because I was looking for a video to film. I'm very inspired to film right now, and I filmed a video yesterday, but I wasn't in the mood for editing. I was in the mood for filming. So I was like, okay, what could I film? I was thinking about it, and then I saw Marine's video, and I was like, that's done, no question, don't even think about it. I am filming and unasked for VR. So without further ado, I'm just going to show you my decks. I'm going to start with MPC, make playing cards, and then I'm going to show you the Game Crafter decks. So I have one, in terms of MPC, I have one super well-known, super all-time popular favorite tarot deck. I have one recently popular Oracle deck. I have 2 Lenormand decks, and I have 2 historical, like Marseille type decks. So I'm going to start with the super popular one because that one everyone has seen, and it's actually one that I need to write the name in the box. But it's actually one that is not necessarily super me in terms of the decks that I own and the decks that I have, but I bought it for a specific reason. I'm sure you already know what it is based on the backs, and it is the Naturescapes Tarot. So I am going to second what Marine said in her video about this deck, and that is that it is super smart. She said that when you see the cards, you pull the card and you think, yeah, that's exactly like a great way to represent the card. And also, the design of the cards is absolutely stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. I feel like there are many decks, or I don't know if many, but there are other decks that have wanted to kind of replicate what she has done with this one, and not one single deck that I have seen matches the beauty of the graphic design of these cards. So, like, curating art and, you know, making a deck is not just putting images and names. Like, there is a whole process, not only choosing the image, but choosing the crop of the image, how you're going to place it, the color correction, the font that you're going to use. I adore this chariot. So just in terms of graphic design, this is absolutely stunning. But anyway, the reason why I bought this one was because I feel like this is a fantastic deck for open reading in the style or in the way that I open read. Like an easy way to read with Marseille. And I also want to film a video of how to open read in the way that I open read. And I don't know, I feel like it would be good to do a video about good decks for open reading. Because not every deck lends itself to open reading, and I feel like this one does. And so I had been looking at posts on Instagram, because that's something that I do. I looked at the cards laid out, and if I can do a reading with them, then I consider buying a deck. And so every time I saw a post, I kept thinking, oh yeah, it's fantastic for open reading. And then what absolutely sold me on the deck, I mean, I was already in love because it's beautiful, but the one card that absolutely made me, yes, buy this deck is the Justice card. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is, Justice, this one. This is the card that made me buy the deck. And that's just because I feel like it reminds me of the movie The Mission. And I'm not going to go into a whole spiel of what that movie means to me. But let's just say it makes me think of social justice, but in a very special way. This card. And yeah, so this is the Naturescapes, and yeah, I'm super excited for this deck. I got it a while ago, but I really should use it more. It's just so beautiful. The only thing I will say about Make Playing Cards cardstock is that it's so slippery that it's hard to use. I feel like I need cardstock to be slippery but not too slippery, because yeah. So the next one I'm going to show is the recently very popular oracle. So I found this oracle, I want to say like 2 years ago maybe, and I wrote to the creator on Instagram. We had a whole interaction. She even changed the listing for me because I wanted to edit some titles and stuff, and then I don't remember what happened, but life happened. You know how it goes with me with health stuff. Sometimes life happens and I disappear, and I was super embarrassed because she even changed the listing and I never changed the thing that I wanted to change, and then I didn't buy it, and then it was a whole thing. but then I finally bought it, and now it's super popular, and I mean with reason, because it's amazing. So there are two versions of this deck. There is a version with fewer cards and a version with more cards. I have the small version, and it's still a lot of cards. I think it's like 80 cards maybe. It is the Cemetery Oracle by MariaLouisa Wessels. I love the backs, and the cards look like this. They are just cemetery sculptures with keywords, but as I said, because MPC cardstock is so slippery, it's I mean, it's hard to use anyway, but because there are so many cards, I think there are 80 in this small version. It's very hard to use, and I wish I used it more. Although, I mean, also it's very personal, which is why I wanted to buy it. I wanted to buy it for kind of like a memento mori practice, and so it's super personal, and I don't know. Anyway, the point is that I've been thinking of maybe doing like a selection to reduce the number of cards so that I could use it, because it's so good. It's honestly, it's fantastic. I do think MariaLouisa has such a great eye for images. As I was saying with the Naturescapes, the image selection and the cropping and the words are just fantastic, and it has some words like integrity or things like that that just really speak to me, and just putting it in like a cemetery context, it's just truly amazing, and I'm so happy to have it. But I do think that I need to reduce the number of cards, because otherwise I don't actually use it, because it's just so hard for me to handle. Oh, this one is one of my favorites. Maybe I should do a video about this. I always have video ideas, can you tell? Because I would like to make a video for this, select my favorites and stuff, to reduce the number of cards and tell you which are my favorites, etc. So again, this is the Cemetery Oracle. She also has a Mary Oracle and a Waterhouse Oracle that I really love. So far, this is the only one that I own, and it's my favorite by her, but all of her decks are fantastic. Okay, next I'm going to show one of my historicals, and I'm going to end with a Lenormand, and it is the Minchiate Etruria. There are so many amazing historical decks on MPC. If you like historical decks, I really encourage you to look for some, because MPC has really amazing ones. I love the knights in the Minchiate Etruria. I think the knights are my favorite thing of Minchiate. And the star card, and the knights of the Etruria specifically are so cool. Honestly, I feel like there could be like a romance novel written about him, right? Like, come on. I mean, so this is the Minchiate Etruria. If you know Minchiate, it's a 97 card deck. It is a pip deck with the structure of tarot, but it has more triumphs. So it has the virtues, but it also has the 4 elements, like this one, water. This is a star. I love the star in the Minchiates because it's one of the mages. So but what was I saying? Oh yeah, so it has the virtues, the elements, and the zodiac signs. this deck is honestly so beautiful. Like, I'm flipping through it. It's just so beautiful. It is one of the most beautiful, and whoever uploaded this to MPC did a great job. It has this kind of like a vintagey tint to it, but the images are super clear. Super clear. I feel like that's one of the issues in MPC. For instance, I have... Oh, I didn't bring that one. Okay, never mind. I will bring it and show it to you. See, this is fire. I love the fire card. And this is Aries, I think. So it has the zodiacs. So this is the Minchiate Etruria. These are the bags, just like regular historical bags. And yeah, as I said, MPC has amazing historicals that, yeah, you should definitely check out. And in the same vein of historicals, I'm going to show you another one in a second. Okay, no, yeah, the lighting is super dark, but I don't want to turn on the light in my room because it's right on top of me and it's going to shine in the cards. So I'm going to see if I can do something in the editing. The next one I'm going to show you is a mini. I love this one. This is a facsimile deck of the Iean Dodal, which is one of the historical Marseille decks. If you like historical decks, you know the Dodal because it's super famous. But if you don't, it's one of the most famous ones, and this is a mini facsimile. So these are the bags. They also have a standard version, I think. Maybe, I'm not sure. I think they do, but I specifically wanted the mini version. I was actually going to show this one in my pink decks video because there's something about like the fleshy tones in this deck that make it feel very pink. Actually, I found this deck on Instagram, and the thing that immediately caught my eye was that it looked pink on camera. In the Instagram post, it looked pinkish, and I really like that hue that it has. See, like here with the queen, because it's a facsimile. I think you can see it. So there is not a lot to say about this one. I absolutely love it. I feel like I need to downsize my collection. I've been feeling that way because I have so many really cool decks that I never use. I feel like all of us have this problem, or a lot of us, not everyone. People with self-control who don't buy everything they like don't have this problem. So this is a mini Iean Dodal. I will try to provide links for everything. Oh no, wait, I just remembered. I don't know why, but with my new channel, it doesn't allow me to link stuff until I upload a video of myself filming directly to camera. And like that way I can verify my channel and put links. So I do want to do that because I've been wanting to film the Let Me Reintroduce Myself. And I do want to film that to camera, but I haven't done so. So if you do see this video before then, there won't be links, but I'm going to try to copy the name of the listing so that you can find it. Okay, so before I showed you the Lenormands, I wanted to get the other deck that I forgot to bring, which is a tarot deck. But I just remembered that I have it in my purgatory bags and it's too much of a hassle to get. I tried to look for it in one of my bags and it's not there, so it's probably in another one, so I'm not going to look for it. But it's the beautiful Rebellion Tarot. The reason why it's in my purgatory is because I'm having a hard time reading with it, even if I really love it. I showed it in my Da Vinci Enigma pairing video if you want to check out that one, and I'm going to try to I don't know, put some pictures up or something. It is one of those like found art, curated art decks, pre-Raphaelite, you know, the ones we all know. Um, but the reason why I didn't like it, other than the I don't know, that it's hard to read with. Other than that, the images are really, really bad quality. So that was a disappointment for me. You can't actually see that if you see pictures online, but when you receive the cards, they are very grainy, pixelated. I don't know if it's because I'm a graphic designer and I'm very picky, because I have never seen anyone comment on the image quality. For me, it was very evident that, you know, someone is grabbing images online and uploading them, and so they don't have high quality images. And I didn't like that, which is what I think is amazing about the Naturescapes and the Cemetery. They are both fantastic quality images. Oh, and another one that I'm going to show you later. So yeah, then I'm going to end with the two Lenormand decks, and then finally with my Game Crafter decks. So the first Lenormand I'm going to show you is this mini, and I was surprised that it came with a talk box, and I love it. It's such a cute mini talk box. And this is actually a Dondorf, but it's kind of modified. You will see. It is Dondorf revived. I'm glad it has a title card. I think the shop was something like Sweet Orange Blossom You, I think. She was about to close her Etsy shop when I found her, so I'm not sure if this one is still up. I don't know if her MPC shop was going to still be up. But as you can see, it's the Dondorf, but it's just the image with a number and the playing card association, without like the full insert, and just the image. And I just thought it was super beautiful. You can see the images. See, it's really cool. It's like just the sun, but if you do like the association, it does have the playing card association. It just doesn't have the full insert. So you have just like the symbol, you know, the fish, the key. I think it's super beautiful, and I think it was such a cool find, honestly. Yeah, so I'm going to see, as I said, I'm going to try to put at least the names of the listings, the bouquet. So beautiful. But yeah, it's just like a Dondorf. So oh, the clouds, very beautiful. Yeah, I'm not going to show you the full deck. It's just a Dondorf Lenormand, but without the inserts and with this kind of like vintage overlay, which makes it very cool. I think it has extra man and woman, and the card meanings. That's why I had those turned around. But so those are the backs. And finally, it's this super cool find. It's a hand-drawn Lenormand. It's all black and white, and it's actually just called the black and white Lenormand. So it's super hard to find, like if you just Google it. Unless you Google like black and white Lenormand make playing cards. And it's just a hand-drawn Lenormand, black and white, as it said. I think it's done on ink, but it's like very traditional, but with these little doodle style images. And these are the backs, which I also think are very beautiful. And it has an extra because card 18 is dog, but it also has cat if you prefer. So I thought that was a really cool detail, and it's just really cool, really awesome I mean, not doodles, but because of the ink it has that style, but everything is drawn, like the playing card inserts. Like look at the insert, it's everything is hand drawn. It's just so cool. I can't see if I'm in camera. I think I am. Yeah, and I don't know, the ink quality is very cool looking, and it makes it very, I don't know, it makes it have like a ton of personality. So, oh, this is the rider. I love the rider. This is what caught my eye when I was scrolling through make playing cards, and then, I mean, I thought it was very cool, and then it has like a message from the creator that says like, in an AI world, support artists that are doing things by hand, something like that. And I don't know, it just sold me. I was like, yeah, I am going to support you. And I was so glad that I did, because this is honestly so cool. I love that I have it, and I love that, I don't know, it was just a very cool find. So this is just called Black and White Lenormand, and it comes with a pouch, which is helpful. And finally, I'm going to show you my Game Crafter decks. I have 3, and they are all by the same creator. And you have seen them before in my channel, at least the tarot. So this is a tarot, and it's called the Noisy Museum. This is one of my favorites that I own. I love using it. It's a collage style deck, but everything with art. So the only thing I don't like are the backs, which are these. I don't know, I don't mind them. I think the deck is so cool, it deserved cooler backs. So I recently showed you the strength card in the show us your decks tag VR that I did. If you haven't seen it and you want to check it out, that one was super fun to do. So as you can see, that's just like the collage style of the art. It's all different kinds of art. It doesn't have like a, it's interesting because it doesn't have a particular art style or time period, but it somehow manages to be cohesive and to have like a cohesive vibe, even if the art is just all over the place. See, like you have photograph, you have this more like impressionist type painting, you have this one that is more like stained glass, you have even like these types of diagrams, but then you also have like the classic more like pre-Raphaelite type stuff. You have a lot of different kinds of art, but it still feels sculpture, but it still feels super cohesive. And as I said, it has a very specific vibe. So this one is the Noisy Museum Tarot by La Greenwitch, and she has other 2 decks on Game Crafter that I also own. And they are 2 mini oracles, and I keep them in these pouches. So the reason why I keep them in pouches is because I will say the Game Crafter boxes were not super amazing. So that's my one thing. I think MPC boxes are better, even if they are just the plain white box. I do prefer them. So this one is the heavy Iridescent Oracle, and I have the version in French because I don't know because I like to practice my French, and I saw a flip through and I didn't like all of the translations to English. There were some words that I preferred in French, and yeah, as I said, I like to practice my French. So this is the heavy iridescent. I would like to flip through all of it because because I really love it, but I've been here for a long time and I still have one final one to show you, so I'm not going to. So I'm going to keep this here because the other one that I have is her more popular one, and it's the Craft Decadence Oracle that I'm sure some of you have already seen, because this one is this one, Craft Decadence Oracle. I absolutely love it, and this one a lot of people have it, and this is the one that I wanted originally, but I decided to get the heavy iridescent as well because I thought, I'm already getting that one. I'm already getting the tarot. Might as well just get all three of them now, because you know how it is with these print-on-demand websites with the shipping. You always prefer to get the shipping, to get everything that's worth it, to get, how would you word that, to make the shipping worth it. So I decided to get the heavy iridescent, and interestingly enough, I have used the heavy iridescent a lot and I adore it. And this one, while I love it on an aesthetic level, I haven't used it much, and I don't know why, because it's honestly fantastic and it speaks to me. The words speak to me. It's just so, I feel like it's a deck that speaks to people that are more in their mind than in their emotions. You know what I mean? Like, I have a hard time accessing emotions and I have an easier time intellectualizing how I feel. My sister says this all the time, that I need to feel what I feel instead of intellectualize what I feel. And I feel like this deck speaks to people who are more mind than emotion, who have a hard time connecting with emotion. So it speaks to me directly. However, for some reason, I've used this one more. So yeah, but I love both. I absolutely love both, and I am glad that I got both of them at the same time, because otherwise I don't know when I would have, or if I would have bought it. Although, if you think about it, even if this is super amazing, I would have never known it if I hadn't bought it, right? And I would be okay. Like, my life would be okay never knowing how amazing this is. Like, I don't need to own every single amazing deck. You can't experience every amazing thing in life. You experience some amazing things, but not others, and that's fine. That's life, and that should be the same with decks. I have a friend who was telling me, she's a creator, she's a ceramist, and she absolutely hates that everyone always wants the pieces that she makes, because sometimes she makes pieces just for fun, just for herself, and when she shares them online, people are keep asking her, how much does it cost? How much is for the shipping? And she's like, it's not for sale. I made this for me. And she hates that everyone wants to buy everything all the time as a creator. And she was telling me, we need to learn how to love things on the internet without needing to own them. And I was like, wow, can't relate. Like, I need to own every cool thing I see on the internet. But also, super wise words, and it made me think, and I swear, like, I haven't stopped thinking about those words. And every time I see a deck, I'm like, I need to learn how to love things without owning them. I'm not going to pretend it has been a success. I will hopefully have an upcoming haul, but I'm waiting on 2 decks that are taking forever to get here. But I want to practice that philosophy. It's just so wise. And as I said, there are so many amazing decks that I never use because I have so many. But at the same time, it's like, why does it matter? You know, I don't know. I feel like, okay, I'm not going to go into this rabbit hole because I was planning on this rabbit hole when I do my tag of let me reintroduce myself. But I feel like there is this obsession in TarotTube with how many decks you have that is non-existent in other communities. I mean the number, the exact number. Like, I understand why, but at the same time, if you think about a deck collection like a library, you know, no one in BookTube is asking how many books you own because it is societally accepted to own thousands of books. Like, if someone walks into someone's house and they have a bookcase full of books, or they have, you know, their walls filled with bookcases, filled with books, they think, oh wow, this person is so smart. But if they walk into a house and it's full of decks, it's like, oh wow, this person is a consumerist, you know? Anyway, I will do this rant when I do my other tag. So, but it still makes me think because I also understand why. It is something I think about a lot. Anyway, so these were my print-on-demand decks. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm going to put some bags here to, you know, the thumbnail, etc. And but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and that you saw some decks that you liked. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon with another video. Hopefully I will edit my how to read Marseille video and upload it soon. And yeah, in the meantime, I wish you happy reading, whether that be book reading, card reading, charms, pendulums, weather, coins, dice, whatever it is that you prefer to read. Have a good week.